Hi there, Coach Lou here, and we are going to continue the mindset alphabet and look at E for everyday mind health. It's actually a really great time to do that because we're just coming to the end of Mental Health Awareness Week here in the UK. It ends tomorrow. So it's a really good time to think about what are you doing to look after your mind health in the same way that you do for your body, and how can you help other people do that as well. So for our bodies to stay physically well and healthy, they need to be nourished, they need to be challenged, and we need to make sure that our bodies have rest and recovery. And our minds are exactly the same, but we often don't have a routine or a series of habits around our mental health in the way that we might do in the way that we should do for our physical health. So what's the impact of this? Obviously, it can lead to all kinds of things. If we're not resting our mind, we are going to be much more likely to be anxious, stressed, to experience mental fatigue and burnout, and just have less mental bandwidth generally and feel foggy. If we're not nourishing our mind with things that light us up, we might feel a bit flat, a bit demotivated. So, we need to make sure that we've got joy and inspiration in our life as well. If we're not challenging our minds, then we might feel, again, a bit flat or a bit stuck in the loop, or that we're not giving ourselves the chance to develop as a person or to kind of experience life or learn new things or just kind of live to our full potential. So the good news is that there's a lot that we can do to look after our mental health and care for our minds that doesn't necessarily take up loads and loads of time. So what are some of those things that we can do? And here's my question for you. To nourish your mind, what are you doing? So perhaps that could be about watching something that inspires you or reading something that inspires you. It might be about listening to something that fuels your imagination or lifts your spirits. It might be daily journaling. So writing things down either in the morning or the evening can be a really great way to kind of nourish your mental health and lift it up. So perhaps writing down 5 things that you're grateful for first thing in the morning or before you go to sleep at night, or even looking back on the day and thinking about something you're proud of or how you might have helped somebody. So just thinking about, the good things that are going on in the world that you're thankful for and the good things that you're bringing into the world as well. What can you do to give yourself mental rest and recovery? So this is really, really important. We are kind of completely bombarded by sensory input all the time. There are so many input signals into the mind that some of them we're really conscious of and some of them not. So resting the mind does not necessarily mean scrolling through social media or watching TV. Those things might be fine and can be good as well, and they can be entertaining, they can be informative. It's not that they're bad, but they're not rest. So mental rest is about things which completely clear the mind rather than fill it with more stuff. So that might be a walk in nature, it might be a short guided meditation, something that just kind of gives the mind a chance to really stop and clear. And that can only take 2 minutes. 2-minute guided meditation can go a really long way if that's all you've got time to do. And then lastly, what are you doing to challenge and grow your mind? So this could be learning something new or improving a skill. It might be reading a self-development book a little bit each day, or listening to an audible of a self-development book a little bit, or tuning into a podcast that helps you learn something new or think about a topic that you might not otherwise have thought about. Albert Einstein is quoted as saying, "Once you stop learning, you start dying." So it's pretty dramatic, but I think he makes a really good point. So just things that are going to kind of, challenge and help us grow and learn can really be great for our mental health and boost our confidence as well if we feel like we're making progress or we're learning something new or developing as a person. So let's start thinking about our mental well-being like we do our physical well-being, and let's start thinking about routines, habits, little things that we can build into our life that are going to help our mind stay healthy. And I promise you, both your mind and your body will thank you for it, because if we're feeling good and we're feeling healthy and positive generally up here, then we're much more likely to experience better physical well-being as well. So I hope that's helpful, and thanks for listening.